Hi, Dennis Dale. I'm hanging out downtown Portland. Can you see me? I'm down by the school on 4th Avenue. Just behind me is City Hall. It's under siege. Our City Hall has been laid siege to more than, well, I can't think of, whatever historical place you can think of having been laid siege to office. This pipeline is the particular cause today, and they've locked the doors of City Hall, and people are hanging around out there giving speeches and banging on drums. And of course, you can hardly ever tell what the protest is about because everybody shows up. There's Black Lives Matter, there's communist red flags, there's black bloc kids in masks. It's the same, just everybody shows up. But I think specifically today it's DAPL, Dakota Access Pipeline, and I think they're trying to get the city to divest. Maybe the city's got some investments in there. But yeah, everybody's expecting trouble. I've been walking around and I talked to a couple of security guards and people, and places are locking up. Last night there were more protests. Last night there were anti-police protests because a Ute got shot. Quanice Hayes, I think is how you say the guy's name. 17-year-old kid, supposedly with a replica gun, pointed at the cops, a robbery suspect. Though you wouldn't even know that, by certainly not by the demonstrators' outrage, or even by just the newspaper accounts, which it's all slanted, obviously. But the police have shown remarkable restraint. I've been to I don't know how many demonstrations now since the election of Trump, and this was in the paper. There's been an organized demonstration, at least one, every single day in Portland. The cops have racked up, they're closing on $1 million OT. They're all exhausted. Every time the cops come out, there's this weird thing where, the most vociferous abuse comes at them from, like these 90-pound snowflake girls. And it's really bizarre. Their rancor is against the cops. It's just the word. They just, last night, if you saw my last Periscope, I came upon, I guess was the end of the demonstration, and the police they just literally backed out of a situation of standoff, and all the kids just started taunting them and hurling abuse at them, and they're still trying, the kids and demonstrators and the alternative press, they still try to make it like the cops are out of control. But like I said, I've seen nothing but self-restraint from the cops because they catch a lot of abuse. Of course, I've never seen anything that bad coming from the demonstrators. They always just block the streets and hurl abuse at police. And I've seen twice, maybe, somebody throw something at cops. Somebody threw a water bottle at the cops once. Anyway, Portland is insane. It's just, it's just not a rational place. Blackburn flags in Philly tonight. Yeah, I saw that. I retweeted that. In Philly, apparently, it's AU FBI Recon. What's that? Am I? No, I'm a citizen journalist. I'm an alt-right. Yeah, I don't know. I was down here. I was trying to get some real work done. Unfortunately, at Starbucks, because there's no other freaking place for me to hang out downtown and try to work. I don't like to use Starbucks. But, yeah, I was there, and then I saw this was going on, so I came out to check it out. And I love Portland. I hate Portland. It's a great place. It's a cesspool. It's a frickin' madhouse. And it's a split personality, I think. I know that Oregon has gone off the reservation. This says, well, maybe not Oregon. Oregon is like Washington State. Washington State is Seattle, People's Republic of, right? Ultra-liberal Seattle. And then the rest of the state is fairly conservative. And I think Oregon is Portland and Eugene, which is a small town, or progressive strongholds. And the rest of the state is pretty progressive. Not progressive, pretty conservative. But Oregon's an odd case. I don't really know. I've been here about 3 years, and I can't really say it. Really? I should be down there. I'm just so exhausted. DC says that they just tried to block traffic, so maybe I'll head down that way. But yeah, like I said, Oregon not necessarily failed, of course. They failed to, DC says they failed to block traffic. Yeah, regular folks, like I said, it's kind of split here, because regular people are really tiring of the antics. And they always tend to block traffic at rush hour, Okay, Illuminati wants me to stir up some shit. All right, I'll strap the phone on me like an action cam, and I'm just going to go barreling into the center of it. Will that make you happy? Maybe I need some sort of, maybe I need to throw a smoke bomb. Maybe, I'm going to whip up a quick Molotov cocktail. A Trump of Cuff cocktail, and throw it at him, and you guys can watch me be beaten to death by snowflakes. I don't call them snowflakes anymore because they're getting scary. I mean, yeah. But it's always a motley crew, Like I said, it's always just everybody turns out with their costumes. We've got a couple of guys around here. And I've been seeing these guys since last May, the first time I started checking out them. We've got one guy who dresses up as the Black Panther and shows up at these protests and scowls. And you may have seen him in a viral video where he's down here in one of our squares talking about how black people need to just start killing people. And he's talking to a group of white, punky white kids. And they're all stabbing, pitchfork. Get to them. Anyway, he's telling a bunch of white kids who are cheering, yeah, I will. And there's another guy who's a brown beret, and sometimes they show up together, and they're just the lone one-man factions of Black Panther and Brown Berets. And I think they're just a couple of guys who, fashion these uniforms, and they show up. But yeah, I should go back down there. I've got to be somewhere at 6. You're not getting alerts from my scopes for some reason, are you? I don't know. DC says she's not getting alerts from my periscopes. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know anything about Shadow Banner. I don't know. Periscope is probably owned by one of the biggies anyway, but I've got like 20 followers, so I'm not in anybody's radar, just like with Twitter. I'm not on any lists. I didn't make a list of 500 because I don't even have 500 followers, sadly. I have list envy. Yeah, anyway. All right, I'm going to go find them. Okay, Illuminati, 777. Yeah, I am a sheep for the slaughter. All right, let's go down there and see what's going on. I'm just really exhausted with this.